city of flowers, the city of romance, and the best shopping city in the Netherlands, Haarlem.
Haarlem is the capital of the province Noord-Holland. This beautiful city, situated next to the Spaarne River, has over 150,000 inhabitants. Haarlem has a lot to offer. World-class museums, the finest restaurants, trendy cafes, and many possibilities for sightseeing. Being on the water makes for a healthy appetite, and Tamara knows just the place.
This place is well known for its organic products, which makes me really happy. And locals told me they have a marvelous high tea, so let's put that to the test. Oh, geweldig. Dank u wel. Dank u. That looks absolutely delicious. I don't know where to start.
Go ahead, Tamara, dig in. The high tea over here is legendary. 4 sweet and 4 savoury dishes, and of course, an unlimited supply of tea. The cuisine at Hofs zonder Zorgen is both locally produced as well as organic, or as they say here, enjoy without worries. Their homemade pies deserve a special mention.
If you're a fashion addict like me, Haarlem is the perfect one-stop shopping city. Stores are clustered around the beautiful historic city centre and all within walking distance from each other. I'm off!
We recommend you take your time when exploring the shopping opportunities in this beautiful city. The goods on offer are diverse, and the city is full of unique specialty stores begging to be discovered.
Deze graag.
Oké.
At Liquid Gold, the assortment of quality whiskies is simply staggering. Over 600 different kinds can be found on their shelves, and they organize tastings regularly. Fancy another kind of distilled goodness? No problem. Their assortment of brandy, Armagnac and Calvados are also worth checking out.
One of the eye-catchers of Haarlem is the St. Bavo Church, once Europe's biggest church.
The St. Bavo's Church, a late Gothic cross-shaped basilica, is a landmark in Haarlem and a defining characteristic of its rich heritage. A must-see is the world-famous organ built by Christian Müller. It's 30 meters high and has 5,068 pipes.
That's pretty impressive. Well, it's been a full day, but I'm still not sleepy yet, and some locals told me that this place is worth checking out.
Dodici is a piece of Italy in the middle of Haarlem. A real dolce vita feeling accompanies the great wines, espressos and cocktails.
So Dodici is 12 in Italian, and that's because the owners have known each other since the age of 12. They have 12 tables, 12 different kinds of beer, 12 types of wine. This is really good.
Her second day in Haarlem will be an active one for Tamara. Today, she's going to experience the city's surroundings and will do so in a way that's typical Dutch.
My first activity of today is a bike tour. It's about 12 kilometers. I think that's a nice distance.
In Holland, you'll find bicycle paths everywhere, all marked very well. Only a 15-minute bike ride from Haarlem and you're in the middle of National Park Zuid-Kennemerland. And of course, the dunes along the North Sea beach should not be missed.
Just outside of Haarlem, you'll find these Kennemer dunes. You can cycle or even walk for hours through this typical Dutch landscape.
Haarlem is characterized by its so-called hofs. These peaceful courts each have their own specific atmosphere.
Around the city center, there are like 20 of these beautiful courtyards. And it seems as time has stood still, but these houses are still inhabited. And that's why the visiting hours are from 10 till 5 o'clock.
You think you'd set foot in a living museum? The bold and outgoing may even get a spontaneous invitation to take a look inside.
Hallo, mag ik even bij u binnenkijken?
Ja, mag even bij mij binnenkijken.
Oh, dat is heel leuk. Ja, dat is wel bijzonder hoor.
In case you hadn't noticed, Haarlem is a culture lover's paradise. From the oldest museum in the country, Tylers, with its unique collection of Dutch masters and original sketches by Michelangelo, to the quirky dollhouse dedicated to mental illness. Arguably the most famous, however, is the Frans Hals Museum, located in a historic former home of the elderly.
If you're into art, you should really visit the Frans Hals Museum. Besides Rembrandt and Van Gogh, one of the famous Dutch masters.
As can be expected, the collection of original Frans Hals pieces found here is unique in the world. But the museum also showcases other 16th and 17th century legends such as Van Haarlem and Van Ruisdael.
In this room you'll find the 5 masterpieces of this museum. Very impressive.
The Frans Hals Museum also hosts continually changing contemporary art exhibitions. Make sure you stop at the museum cafe for a range of great coffees, cakes, soups and sandwiches. De Halle Haarlem is a museum for modern and contemporary art. A cluster of exhibitions dealing with current developments in the visual arts are organized throughout the year. There's also a large annual summer exhibition when the Halle draws from its own collection of classic modern art.
This Jopenkerk is a pleasant mixture of culture and true Dutch gezelligheid. This former church is nowadays a brewery.
The Dutch are beer drinkers, and Haarlem has its own rich beer tradition. This original historic Jopen beer is still brewed locally according to recipes dating back to the 15th century. The beer itself remains unfiltered, retaining its natural murkiness and full, rich flavour. Of course, the gezelligheid is complimentary. It's getting later in the afternoon. Time for some dinner.
Tonight I'm going to eat at Stemples, which means stamp in Dutch. And it's in this beautiful building, an old publishing house.
Back in the day, money and stamps were printed within these ornamented walls. These days, Stemples stands for high-quality wining and dining in an atmospheric location.
The ambience in this restaurant is really special because of all the different rooms. And the food is...
The fine French cuisine coming from the kitchen at Stemples is mouth-watering, but that's not all. Guests are also welcome to have a party, enjoy performances, organize meetings, and even stay overnight at this gem of a place. The sun is slowly setting, and Tamara feels it's time to take a gamble.
Close to the Zandvoort beach you'll find the casino. Let's hope this is my lucky night. Goedenavond.
Goedenavond.
Ik wil graag voor €50 fiches. Nou goed.
Veel plezier ermee.
Hartelijk dank.
Holland Casino Zandvoort offers more than just gambling. It's a full night of food, drinks, and a wide variety of entertainment.
25, my lucky number. Woohoo!
With its professional staff and unique ambiance, Holland Casino offers special tailor-made packages, meeting the needs and wishes of every guest, such as frequent entertainment and exclusive dining. For more than 40 years, the Toneelschuur in Haarlem has been well known in the Dutch theatre, dance and film scene. In addition to theatre, it's also the place to go to the movies. And don't leave early, because Haarlem's bustling nightlife starts here too. Haarlem's nightlife is one of the best in the country. You'll find that it has great clubs, cozy bars and everything in between. In order to get her feet on the dance floor, Tamara has decided to go to the pop venue of Haarlem, the Patronaat.
Hi, mag ik een kaartje voor vanavond?
The Patronaat often hosts theme nights. Tonight's retro theme is a blast from the past with 5 decades of pop music.
Doeg! It's been a really fantastic evening. Haarlem is really, really great, but now it's time for bed, so good night. Haarlem really is a surprisingly fun city. Beautiful historical buildings, heaps of culture, cute restaurants, and on top of that, it's super close to the sea, so I'll definitely be back one day. Ciao!
For more episodes, go to cityfilm.tv or download the app in the iTunes Store.
Never